All right, in this video, we're now going to be installing the Dundon Motorsport intake runners on the 987.2 Porsche Boxer Spider and the Cayman R. Supply for 2009 to 2012 Porsche Boxers and Caymans, the S models. Also the 9A1 engine, so there's like a 991.1 Carrera in there somewhere. But yeah, so let's go hop into this install and follow along. I'm going to show you how we marked all the vacuum lines and the connectors in the engine bay, so just in case you get them all mixed up, I'll show you how to put them all back together. Let's get going. All right, in case you forgot where all these vacuum lines went and all these connectors and hoses, I'm going to help you out real quick, just a brief little overview. So this vacuum line down here, which is going to go pretty much to your Porsche Sport exhaust, this kind of actuates the valves. So I labeled this number 1, and then you're going to have this vacuum controller right here. It's going to go on to the controller that faces straight up in like the Z direction. That's going to go like right there. And then I labeled this hose number 2. This snakes up to the front here. It's a clear vacuum line. That's going to go onto the left side of this connector right here. That's number, what I'm calling number 2. And then there's this little connector right here. That's going to go power this vacuum controller. That's going to be right here. I labeled that as number 3. So with that out of the way, let's move on to number 4. Number 4 is going to be this connector right here. It's going to go into this canister, and then you're going to have this little Deutsche plug right here, little orange guy on there. That's going to plug into there. Move on to number 5. So number 5, you're going to have another vacuum controller right here, and you're going to have, off this harness right here, that's going to plug into here, and then I will show you on the plenum itself. Off the car, where number 5 goes. Moving over on the right side of the car, passenger side, you're going to have this Y right here of vacuum hoses. I'm going to call this number 6. Okay, and that's going to go into this vacuum controller right here, and then the harness for that is going to come from the passenger side of the car. And let me show you where all this corresponds to on the plenum. So on the plenum itself, you're going to have these 2 vacuum diaphragms right here. So this is the front of the car. This is the driver's side. This is the passenger side. Passenger side is going to be number 6 for me, and then the driver's side is going to be a number 5 for me. One way you can tell is you get this little like rubber boot right there. So yeah, that's where all your vacuum hoses and lines go. Hope that helped out. Just to compare the Dundon intake runners to the stock ones, you're going to have a much wider path right here compared to the stock intake runners right here. Just going to show you some of these angles right here. Okay, compared to this, so you see this really comes out a lot further, pretty narrow right here. I would like to get some volumetric data on that, but I don't have any, so let's get put these in the car. Okay, to prep the Dundon intake runners, we're going to go apply these new gaskets to where this mates up with the engine block itself. This is a 9A111021501 part number. All we're going to do is just take this out of the bag here. This little marker right there faces down. We're just going to go push this nicely into place on here. All right, we got one done. Go ahead and do the other ones. Here we go, all 3 are on. All right, for the reinstall, we're gonna go hop in here and take out all this blue tape. And to help yourself with the reinstall of these 6 bolts, what I do is I take a little piece of paper towel and I take the bolt and I just shove it in here, and that allows you to keep the bolt on the socket, and then you can pull out and the bolt stays in and everything comes with it. So go ahead and apply these 6 bolts with the headers in place, with the intake runners in place. All right, we're gonna go wiggle in our intake runner. All right, that's down there. Just gonna go thread 1 bolt in here just to kind of lightly hold it in place. Okay. You're gonna have a couple of these short E10 bolts. We're gonna get one right here and one right here. You're gonna have this metal bracket. So go ahead and put this metal bracket in place just like this. Just lightly, I'm gonna finger tight that down. And then another E10 right here for this cable harness. Put that right there, and I'm just gonna just finger tighten that down. Additionally, you're gonna have a little kind of like a little zip tie mount down here. That kind of pushes into the side of the intake runner right here. I'll show you right now on the screen where we popped that earlier with the trim tool. There we go. So go ahead and push that back into place. And at this point, I am going to go install all of the rest of the bolts in the intake runner just to get them started, but not tightened down. I'm going to show you how this gasket goes on here. So you're going to have, I'll turn this inside out here. This is pretty much unidirectional both ways, but this first you're going to have the Dundon intake runner butt up against that, and the sock cleaner butt up against that, and then this gasket is going to actually be your seal, kind of like your mating surface. This little skinny part of the gasket is actually going to fall place on this first little groove. So to show you what that looks like, all I'm going to do is just put this on here, stretch that around just like that. Okay, amazing. So that's already in place, and we're ready to put the stock plenum back in the car. As you're gonna have your little engine compartment temperature sensor, just make sure that push that back down right into place. All right, this little kind of like C joint, and that's all you gotta do. All right, we've got the stock plenum here. One thing to keep in mind, you're gonna have these two little features, one right here, one right here. That's where your stock pretty much vacuum controllers are gonna go. It's gonna be these guys right here. So this clip right here is gonna slip into place right here. So let's go wiggle in this stock plenum. And you are gonna have a place to route your vacuum lines 1, 2, and 3. Keep that in mind. Try your best to get those in, but it's gonna be hard to. All right, let's do our best to jam this thing back into place. Just take your time. You're gonna have this one feature. It's kind of like a little bolt. Get up on that. I feel like at this point, we can probably stretch this around. And holy shit, I think we're in. Let's go check this side. Looking for my little number 6 vacuum tube. Is that this guy? That is that guy, that's good. All right, I'm gonna route him over. I'm gonna peel the tape off of this. I'm gonna take my little vacuum controller right here. And I'm back here pretty much plugging in this vacuum line as best as I can. Big push. All right, so that's that. And I'm just gonna make sure that this gasket goes all the way around. That feels really good. Underneath the plenum I'm feeling right now. Feels nice. Really happy with that. I am now gonna go plug in this little gray. Take this guy off, number 6. He's done. I'm gonna go put this guy right there. Perfect. Okay. Let's go take our mounting brackets. I'm gonna take this bolt off right here. All right. Just like this. Make sure you're going around the gasket itself. All right, that looks really nice. I'm gonna bridge this guy over. All right, I'm gonna use an impact here. There you go. Put this little bolt back into place. All right, let's take this vacuum controller right here that we labeled number 5 earlier. We're gonna connect it to this vacuum tube in the back. Big push. All right, and we're gonna do our best to click this down into place here on the plenum itself. All right, just like that. Now we need a number 5 connector. This guy back here. I'll keep him out of the way for now. Nice. All right, so I was able to get that vacuum line clipped under the plenum somehow. All right, let's go take out our intake rags. All right, we've got the new intake runner. Let's go and lightly drop it in here. I think that feels pretty good. Take your time. You don't want any unrestricted air coming into here. All right, at this point, I'm gonna clamp that on. I'm gonna go put this, all right, just like this. Clip that in the rear. Yeah, so this clamp needs to go around the entire intake runner. So these channels on these band clamps need to actually go around the plastic to pull it together. Just keep that in mind. So what I'll do is I'll squeeze this together. This might help you out to use a set of pliers to get that started. All right, guys, I'm just putting the 6 bolts into the intake runner here. I'm having to use a little bit of the persuasion just to get these bolts just lined up a tad. I do that for all 6. And we are using the paper towel and bolt technique to keep our bolts suspended and not falling and help us out. All right, all these 6 fasteners get torqued down to 9.5 foot-pounds. So go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go use my digital torque wrench here. Do that for all 6. All right, go do your 10 foot-pounds on the passenger side. All right, everything is hooked up on here for those intake runners. Now let's go cinch down these fasteners right here. We've got our number 5 vacuum plug right there, connector. Plug that guy in, that guy off, and then we're gonna go put a little small fastener right here, a little E10 on this little bracket. Go cinch that guy down. All right, let's do the throttle body connector down here. All right, that's on. Put the mass airflow sensor back on. So you got a little connector down here. Get your hose clamps on, 1, 2. Get your rubber tube in there. Coming on the side here, so another little nut cert in the intake runner. All right, I use a little 8mm ratcheting to get this guy. Go join your wire loom through this bracket right here. Okay. All right.
I love it.
Right, take this guy right here. He's gonna go, let's go and start this thread right there into the nut cert, just like that. Take this, put him right there. Let's go snake our vacuum tubes. All right, we said number 1. This is mark number 1. This is number 2. Number 2 goes on the bottom, so I'll tear this off. Number 2 is down low. Great. Number 1, right up there. Great. And then we're gonna take our vacuum connector, number 3. All right, where was I? All right, this guy up top. Click him in. Perfect. Come up here. This comes off the AOS. Click that in. Click that in. Click that in. Click that in. Click that in right there. You can click that in. This thing is taking this vacuum tube right here and putting it into this barb on the intake plenum. All right, that's on. And this slides in. Yep, there you go, just like that. That slides in right there. Take your Deutsche plug connector. That's number 4 for those playing at home. Clip that in place, and we are all done. Oh, one more thing, put your nut right on there. Okay, that guy goes right there on the plenum. Tighten this nut, great. Put that back on. All right, every connection is good. No missing parts, nothing. All right, good to go. All right, guys, go take your engine cover, slip it in, just like this. Take your 5 fasteners and go put them in place. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead, thread those in. All right, go ahead and fasten these guys down. All right, that's going to conclude our video for today on how to install the Dundon Motorsport intake runners on your 2009, 2012 Porsche Boxster S, Cayman S, Spider, or Cayman R. Hope this video helped you out. Let me know in the comment below if it did. If you have any questions, also drop it in the comment down there. Please consider subscribing. And on the next episode, we're going to be installing the Cobb access port onto our car here so we can load the Dundon tunes. Thanks, guys.